Hey everyone, and welcome to Love Hackers. I'm Alex Carter, your dating expert co-host.
And I'm Sophie Tanaka.
And today we're diving deep into a topic that's, well, generating a lot of buzz online.
It's definitely a hot one.
Get this, over half of adults under 30 have used online dating apps. And it's not just about finding the one anymore.
Not at all.
We're seeing a huge shift towards using these platforms for something a lot more casual.
Casual is right.
Finding partners for no strings attached fun.
Exactly.
So the million-dollar question is, which sites are actually the best for finding women for sex online?
Yeah, there are so many options out there.
It can feel like navigating a minefield.
Oh, it definitely can be overwhelming. And safety is a huge concern too. So you want to make sure you're on the right platform.
That's where this deep dive comes in. We're dissecting some fascinating research that really put these sites to the test.
Experts going undercover, creating profiles, actively engaging with users, and even trying to set up dates. All to see which sites deliver on their promises.
Wow, it's like a dating site spy mission. I know, right?
Yeah.
So are you ready to uncover the secrets of the online hookup scene?
Let's do it.
Okay, let's dive into their top picks, starting with the site that consistently tops the charts, AFF.
AFF is like the gold standard for a lot of guys, especially if you're not, a chiseled Adonis.
Right.
Why? Because it boasts over 60 million users, which means a huge EE pool of open-minded women.
Huge.
Plus, they have a solid reputation for safety.
Right, that massive user base is a major draw, but it does mean there's a bit of an imbalance.
You mean?
With more men than women.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, a little healthy competition never hurt, right?
Exactly. Now let's talk about a platform that needs no introduction, Tinder.
Ah, Tinder, the reigning champ of swipe culture. It's definitely the go-to for the younger crowd, but here's the thing, looks matter.
Oh yeah, they do.
A lot.
It's true. If your photos don't scream top 10% attractive, you might find yourself swiping into oblivion.
Yeah.
It's all about that first impression, and on Tinder, that impression is purely visual.
That being said, Tinder can be great for both dating and hookups, depending on your location and how you present yourself. Now, for those with more niche desires, let's venture into the realm of ALT.com.
Ooh, this is where it gets interesting. ALT.com is all about exploring your fantasies, particularly if you're into fetish play and BDSM.
We're talking everything from role-playing to homemade erotic videos and even webcam streaming.
That's right.
Definitely not for the faint of heart.
And while most members are open to casual encounters, you'll also find people looking for more serious, long-term master-slave relationships. So communication is key here. Be upfront about what you're seeking.
Absolutely. Now, let's shift gears to a site that bills itself as the classier option for hookups. Passion.
Passion is all about creating more sensual, intimate atmosphere. It's less about quick hookups and more about fostering connections, even if they're just for one night.
They definitely use more suggestive language and imagery, setting the mood for something a bit more refined. And most of their users are in the US, UK, and Canada.
Speaking of refined, are you ready for a platform that's known for its, shall we say, discreet encounter?
Oh, I think I know where you're going with this, Ashley Madison, the infamous playground for married people seeking affairs.
Precisely. Ashley Madison is all about anonymity and privacy. They even have discreet billing, so your credit card statement won't spill the beans. But here's the twist. It's not just for married folks anymore.
That's right. It also attracts singles who are intrigued by the taboo aspect, the forbidden fruit allure of having an affair. It's definitely a unique dynamic.
Now, if you're looking for something fast, spontaneous, and commitment-free, let's talk about Pure.
Pure is all about instant gratification.
I like the sound of that.
You post a selfie that's only visible for 1 hour, someone likes what they see, they hit yes, and you can start chatting. Simple as that.
And a big plus, it's free for women, which typically means there are more women looking for hookups than men. Talk about a game changer.
It's like speed dating on steroids.
Yeah.
But remember, you got to act fast. Those selfies disappear quickly, and so do your chances.
Speaking of fast for our final pick in this segment, let's talk about xmatch.com, the platform that's kind of like the naughty cousin of match.com.
I love that analogy.
Yeah.
It's true. xmatch.com uses a questionnaire and an algorithm to match you with compatible partners.
Yep.
But instead of long-term relationships, the focus is on both virtual and in-person encounters of a more adult nature.
They're known for their user-friendly interface and strong privacy features, which are always a good thing in this realm. So if you're looking for something more personalized and tailored to your specific desires, xmatch.com might be worth checking out.
So there you have it, folks. We've covered a range of platforms, from the mainstream to the more niche, all designed to help you find women for sex online. But before you get swiping, we need to get real about something crucial: online safety.
That's right, because while these sites can be great for connecting with like-minded people, there are always risks involved, just like with meeting anyone online.
Stay tuned, because in the next part we'll be diving deep into safety precautions, sharing expert tips to protect yourself and ensure a positive experience. So grab your metaphorical safety goggles, and we'll see you right back here.
See you soon. Welcome back to Love Hackers, where we're getting down to the nitty-gritty of online dating for casual encounters.
And as promised, it's time to talk about the not-so-sexy,
Yeah.
but incredibly important side of online hookups, safety. Because let's be real, navigating the digital dating world can feel like dodging landmines sometimes.
It's true. You never really know who's on the other side of that profile picture.
Right.
So taking precautions is essential. It's like dating with a side of detective work.
I love that.
Yeah.
So let's start with the golden rule of online safety. Protect your personal information like it's a winning lottery ticket.
Absolutely. Your full name, address, work details, all that juicy stuff. Keep it under wraps until you feel 100% comfortable with someone. Think of it as building trust gradually.
And while we're on the topic of protection, using a separate email address just for online dating is a smart move. It keeps your personal and dating lives neatly compartmentalized.
Such a good tip. Now let's talk about those red flags, because spotting them early can save you a lot of trouble. If a profile seems too good to be true,
It probably is.
it probably is. Be wary of profiles with very few photos, super vague bios, or inconsistencies in their information.
It's like that saying, if it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's probably a catfish.
Exactly.
Be cautious of anyone who asks for money right off the bat or tries to pressure you into doing something you're not comfortable with.
Trust your gut.
Yeah.
If something feels off, even a little, don't hesitate to block or report that user. Most platforms have systems in place to deal with harassment, fake profiles, and other shady behavior.
Exactly. You're not just protecting yourself, you could be helping other users avoid a bad experience. Now here's a pro tip. Channel your inner Sherlock Holmes before meeting up with someone.
Ooh, I like it.
A quick Google search can reveal a lot. Do they have social media profiles that match up with their dating persona? Are there any red flags popping up? It's all about due diligence.
And when you do decide you're ready to meet, remember, you're in the driver's seat. Don't feel pressured to meet before you're truly comfortable. Take your time, chat online, video call if you're feeling it, and only agree to a date when you feel safe and confident.
And speaking of dates, the first few should always be in a public place.
Always.
No inviting them over to your place or going to theirs until you've gotten to know them better.
It's basic, dating 101. And let someone know where you're going and who you're meeting. Think of it as your safety backup plan.
All right, now let's get into some platform-specific safety tips. Because depending on where you're playing the field, certain precautions are extra important.
For example, on Ashley Madison, discretion is paramount. It's literally built into their platform.
Right. They have features like discrete billing and the option to blur out your photos for extra anonymity.
That's right.
But even with those safeguards, be extra cautious about what personal information you share, even in private messages.
And on platforms like Pure, where it's all about quick hookups, remember that fake profiles are more common.
Right.
Take everything with a grain of salt, don't get emotionally invested too quickly, and always prioritize meeting in person before getting too attached.
Now let's talk about something that's often overlooked, protecting your emotional well-being. It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of online dating.
Oh, it is.
But setting boundaries and managing your expectations is crucial.
Absolutely. Not every connection will lead to a successful encounter, and that's perfectly okay. Don't take rejection personally.
It's like trying on clothes. Not every outfit is going to fit, and that doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you.
Yeah,
It just means it wasn't the right fit.
Love that analogy. And speaking of fit, let's transition to the fun part, tips for actually finding success on these platforms, because ultimately, it's not just about staying safe, it's about making genuine connections.
Exactly. So rule number 1, be authentic. Trying to be someone you're not is like wearing a mask. Eventually, it gets uncomfortable, and people can usually see through it anyway.
Be upfront about what you're looking for, whether it's a casual hookup, a friends with benefits situation, or something more. Honesty is sexy, and it saves everyone time and energy in the long run.
And speaking of sexy, your photos are your digital first impression. Make sure they're high quality, show off your personality, and avoid those heavily filtered or airbrushed pics.
Think of it like a visual resume for your dating life.
Okay?
You want to look your best, but still be recognizable when you show up for that first date.
Well, let's talk bios. This is your chance to shine, to give people a glimpse into who you are beyond the photos.
Keep it concise, but don't be afraid to inject some personality. A well-placed joke or a quirky detail can make all the difference.
All right, so you've got a killer profile, you're safety savvy, and you're ready to start swiping. What's next?
It's message time. Don't be afraid to make the first move. A simple hi or hello can work, but try to personalize it a bit.
Exactly. Mention something that caught your eye in their profile. It shows you're not just sending out generic messages and that you're actually interested in them as a person.
And once that conversation gets rolling, ask open-ended questions, show genuine interest in their responses, and avoid those one-word answers that kill the vibe.
It's all about building a connection and creating that spark, even if it's just a digital spark for now.
Yeah.
And above all, remember to be respectful.
Treat others the way you'd want to be treated.
Right.
It's dating karma. Now let's talk about a common mistake people make, sending those generic copy and paste messages.
You know, the "hey, beautiful, what's up?" or "you're so gorgeous" lines that scream, "I haven't read your profile."
Those messages are like spam in your inbox. They're impersonal and easily ignored. Instead, tailor your messages to the specific person you're contacting.
Mention something you have in common. Ask a question about something in their bio, or make a playful observation about their photos. The more effort you put in, the more likely you are to get a response.
And speaking of responses, let's talk about managing those expectations.
Because online dating, especially for casual encounters, is a numbers game. Not every match will lead to a date, and not every date will lead to, well, you know.
It's true. Rejection is part of the process. Don't let it get you down.
Think of it like this. Each no brings you closer to a yes. And don't forget, online dating should be fun. If it starts feeling like a chore, take a break, recalibrate, and come back when you're feeling refreshed and ready to mingle.
Now in our final segment, we'll leave you with some parting thoughts on navigating this exciting and sometimes wild world of online dating for casual encounters. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to Love Hackers. We've been taking you on a deep dive into the world of online dating for casual encounters, and let's be real, it's been a wild ride.
From navigating algorithms to mastering the art of the flirty message, we've covered a lot of ground. But before we send you off into the digital dating jungle, we wanted to leave you with a few parting thoughts.
First things first, remember that online dating is just one way to meet people. It's like having an extra tool in your dating toolbox.
Exactly. Don't be afraid to venture out into the real world, too. Strike up conversations at social events, join a hobby group, or even just chat with someone at your local coffee shop. Sparks can fly anywhere.
And on that note, remember that everyone is unique. We all have different preferences, desires, and what we're looking for in a connection. Don't be afraid to embrace your authentic self and let your personality shine through.
The right person will appreciate you for exactly who you are, quirks and all. And if someone doesn't, well, that's their loss, right?
Totally. And this is super important. Don't get discouraged if you don't find success right away. Just like any skill, online dating takes practice, patience, and a little bit of resilience.
It's a journey, not a sprint.
Right.
So keep refining your profile, keep putting yourself out there, and most importantly, don't forget to have fun along the way.
Because at the end of the day, online dating should be enjoyable, not a source of stress. If it starts feeling like a chore, take a break, recalibrate, and come back when you're feeling refreshed and ready to mingle.
And remember, we're always here to guide you through the ups and downs of modern dating. You can find us on social media or visit our website for more tips, advice, and hilarious dating anecdotes.
Absolutely. And before we sign off, make sure to subscribe to Love Hackers wherever you listen to podcasts. And leave us a rating and review if you're feeling the love. It helps other awesome listeners like you find the show.
And don't forget to share this episode with your friends who might be dipping their toes into the online dating pool. We're all in this together.
That's right. Thanks for tuning in to Love Hackers, your go-to podcast for all things dating. I'm Alex Carter.
And I'm Sophie Tanaka.
We'll catch you in the next episode.